Family, what's good? It's your boy LITEBODY back again with another edition of LITEBODY Reviews. Man, we gonna be reviewing No Stylist by Destroy Lonely, as you can tell by the description on this one. We're gonna keep it short and sweet and straight to the point, but I do want to preface this by letting you know that we're gonna do it with our own spin, enough time has passed and there's been a lot of talk about perspectives being shared within the net, and I even recorded a full-on review of this album. If I'm feeling creative enough, I'll leave a clip of it over here.
Yeah, we in the beach. Oh yeah, baby, we turning up. Yeah, baby, going up.
In this video, we're gonna be reviewing Mr. Lonely himself, the Dark Lord. Hey, Opium signee. And you can tell, and if I did end up leaving it over there, you'll notice that the audio was kind of iffy, so I had to pull up again on y'all, but this time I'll do it in sort of a, what's that, like a dream within a dream, that movie, Interception. This one is gonna be a reaction within a reaction of a reaction. You dig what I did? We're gonna be taking it from the perspective of Mr. Bobblelam himself, OG in the underground scene, and of this Cardi sphere, you know what I mean. And we'll be reacting to his review of Fantano's review, his reaction to Fantano's review. So Interception in a way, and also be chatting about whatever I'm noticing and catching whatever I might miss. With that being said, let me start off by laying my foundation in terms of my review, how I perceive this. I mentioned this within my review that I really felt Mr. Lonely's experimental just prowess and like his experimental fearlessness, like the amount of just new wave beats, such unique sounds within this. Beat selection was real top of the range compared to his peers within the underground scene. Mr. Lonely stands out in terms of beat selection. We got all the way from these trance setting synths to some nice bubbly poppy perk. And then I even heard some influences of like rock type beats as well, like with some guitar driven sounds. Okay, not full on rock, it still had that sort of Cardi essence and Cardi's sort of sound to it overall. As you know, he signed to Opium, so it did have some rage elements within this album, but Lonely just does it in his own unique way. I love the fact that he had his signature flow just stapled throughout this album right here. Throughout this record, you could hear Lonely dropping his signature flow, that yeah, whenever the bit, yeah, whenever the yeah, if you've been paying attention to Lonely's come up and his growth within the space and the underground, you definitely know that signature Lonely flow. And he really did hop on Lonely type beats on this one. There was standout tracks that I enjoyed. Some of them included the Vitamins Coat, the song that he dropped with Ken Carson, I think it's called Veterans, No Stylist, definitely. And there's a couple of others, let me check here on my screen, a couple of others that I really did enjoy. At the top of it was definitely Turn It Up. Holy, one of my faves definitely on this album. But now to pull on some of the negative points that I definitely picked up on this one, I would say that there were some skippables, definitely could have been more refined and polished up a little bit. Like, it was real tough sitting through like 20 tracks, bro, and his flow sort of becomes repetitive because you know what to expect. Some would say that it gets a little bit boring. I heard Fantano mention that he found it boring. I mean, each to his own, subjective in a way, but I dig it. I enjoy his unique signature flow. But yeah, different strokes for different folks. But as I said, My Gang, Vitamins Coat, No Stylist. The first two tracks, semi-skippable, semi-mid. And then progressed a little bit. And then, as I said, certain aspects of it was a bit too repetitive or not easily digestible, or might have been a yawn fest and wouldn't mind skipping. So we could have cut this down half and would have been super solid, semi-flawless. And I would rank this one, in my review I ranked it fourth spot within the underground space. It was between the fourth and the third spot. It was battling between him and Autumn, but just for me to break it down for you here, number one in the underground scene, album of the year thus far, Summers. It's almost said Autumn. I mean, those guys run concurrently. You could interchangeably, just like. Anyways, Summers, Fallen Raven, top stuff throughout this. So thus far within 2022. Second spot, I gave it to Yeet, to Alive. Of course, Yeet is officially way out of the underground scene, as you know, as I've spoken about in my previous reviews here on the channel here at the Light Hub. If you haven't seen them, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to check out the rest of our catalog and drop a like on this if you're enjoying it thus far. But we do cover the underground's finest out here. Anyways, I digress. So second spot I gave to Yeet's To Alive. Third spot, it was between Autumn's Antagonist and this album, and I gave it to Autumn. Autumn got third spot, Antagonist. Fourth spot, Destroy Lonely, Ken Carson. Sorry to the Ken Carson fans and stands out here. Ken Carson might be even at the lower tier. I don't even know who will hold that fifth spot. Maybe we'll review a couple of more albums in future and see where we can do like a sort of ranking tier list at the end of the year. Stay tuned for that and be sure to subscribe, so fam. With that being said, I rated this album almost at 6 out of 10. Summers got a strong 8 from your boy. I gave Antagonist a strong 6 as well, because it wasn't all that perfect. Yeet got a big old 7 from me. Anyways, we'll not digress too much on that one. As you know, I am an underground connoisseur, the OG. okay, let me not toot my own horn over here, but as an underground connoisseur, I feel like my perspective is relevant, and it's coming from a perspective of a songwriter, and I've ghostwritten songs for a lot of artists within this underground scene, or most of the music that I've written. Requests were coming from sounds that are influenced by this generation. And with that being said, let's get into this, as I said, interception review within a review. Let's hear what Barbalam and Antifantano had to say about this album, and let's see if maybe I missed something. Let's get into it.
4 to 5 range. I think I gave it like a 5 because it was just like it just felt like, again, a regurgitation of Project X. Project X just was more monumental or more revolutionary, and then this X was just the same shit. But Destroy Lonely, y'all know my opinion. That best tape from one of these upcoming rappers this year. Better than To Alive, better than Summers, Fallen Raven, and that is saying something, because Summers and To Alive were solid projects. But let me go to the video. Right.
I beg to differ. As you heard, my ranking, my tier list, Summers top of the top. I don't know how you could rank this album, this Destroy Lonely album, at number 1 out of the underground space. Hell nah.
Oh,
I mean, we waited for quite a while for NOSTYLIST to drop, but still.
Hi everyone, Wythany Not Tano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of this new Destroy Lonely album, NOSTYLIST. Destroy Lonely is an Atlanta rapper who is fresh to Playboi Carti's Opium label. I understand this is his third full-length studio album to date. There has been a bit of anticipation for this review, especially since the last artist I reviewed off of Carti's Opium label, Ken Carson, got a 0, and I was Ken Carson. Once more, like in my Ken Carson review, I think the winner in this whole situation, the person who I can truly praise, is Playboi Carti, because that man smartly forged a style, forged a sound, saw that among his fans there was a huge demand for it, maybe more of a demand than he himself could feed alone, and ultimately it's to everyone's benefit. I'm sure financially this label deal is good for Carti. The artists he puts on his label get pushed directly to his fans who are only seeking out more music that sounds like his. Yeah, I mean, ultimately it makes...
I mean, he's spitting facts about the drought of music from Carti, and then Ken and Lone are like feeding them, and that's helping out Carti too, because not only does he get paid for it, but also all of their fans are probably Carti fans. Would they be doing well aside from him? Potentially. But as we were talking about with Ken before, like, they're kind of only up because
that Carti co-sign has done the most for their careers. Let's be honest about it. They are talented, particularly Mr. Lonely himself. Like, I dig his flow. I dig his demeanor, his swag, his witty plays on words. As I mentioned, that's definitely a standout factor with him. He has this X factor, especially when he's rapping. He's got a flair. He's got a uniqueness to him.
Carti.
Spitting, so.
But as I always say, with stars
commendable
and like successful artists, they will get there if they truly have the talent. You know.
Makes sense. It's great. It's good. Everybody wins. Everybody win. Because I'm running into a lot of the same problems that I had with Ken Carson on this Destroy Lonely record. Ultimately, vocally, I could not pick this man out of a lineup. Slathers his voice in a lot of auto-tune too, which again, ultimately is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's pretty much used as a crutch and as a means of making his very boring vocal timbre sound more interesting, when in fact it really doesn't. Now, look, I think a generic or a so-so voice could be maybe a non-factor if you deliver with a lot of energy or a lot of passion, or you have flows that are unique, sticky, catchy. But Destroy Lonely doesn't even bring that to the table. I find it funny that stuff like this continues to be labeled as like rage music, or gets put in this box.
Lonely isn't really in that rage box, and it's real crazy that he finds his voice, as I told you, like, boring, bro. Like, it's not that boring, bro. Like, it's like a laid back swagger to him. Like, as I said, like, not a lot of people will enjoy that, or not a lot of people will be compelled by that. So kind of makes sense why an old head like this one, or a very critical analyst, music critic, would perceive this sort of sound and this sort of cadence and delivery by the boy Lonely. Let's go.
Where it's kind of compared to Playboi Carti's stuff, because obviously it's on the Opium label. The Playboi Carti fans are consuming it, but I don't see what is so hype or exciting or, I don't know, visceral or aggressive about this. I mean, maybe in some respects it goes hard live, but on the record itself, the energy is very middle of the road and so-so. There's not a whole lot of sparks or fire.
I would agree. Destroy Lonely's music isn't really rage, although he did have some songs on there like Veterans and No Stylist. But the reason I like Destroy Lonely better than Ken Carson right now, at least, because that could change, is that it is like more chill. I can't literally be on ecstasy all day. Sometimes I am sad. Sometimes I just want to chill. I just worked out like right before this. I'm not trying to be here on fucking cocaine.
Facts. Like that. Bruh. Ken Carson, as you know, like, get that album what was it? I think I rated it a 4 out of 10. Y'all chowed me. A lot of the Ken stands and fans came for my head. And please, yeah, it is what it is. That's my perspective. Y'all take that. And Baba Lam has mentioned it. He put it pretty clearly and pretty eloquently over there. Can't be bumping like ecstasy and like rage music and like festival type bangers daily, bro. Like, I'm not going to a fest every day, bro. I'm not popping stuff throughout the, like. Anyways, Lonely does have a more chill demeanor, and overall sound in comparison, but there are some turn joints on this one, like performance type stuff, and I think he's just an overall better rapper in comparison. But let's keep it rolling, man. I won't listen to the entire vid because I think it's like 15 minutes, but just wanted to tap in with the other's perspective and see where I might be lying and maybe I missed some ish. But let's keep it going.
I can't listen to Ken Carson when I'm going to sleep, but shit, if Destroy Lonely wants to hop in bed, I might have to with me and my girl. Pause. Nah, I'm playing.
Fireworks to be had. Frankly, Cardi approaches the mic with a lot more energy, with a lot more charisma. Guys like Sheck West as well, or Travis Scott. Take the intro track off this record, for example, which sounds almost as passionless and as monotone as a Nav song. Much of the appeal of this music comes down to the vibe, but the vibes are rancid. Like, I could compliment this record if it managed to work even as background music, but it's way too annoying to serve even as that. The second track has one of the worst flows, and
he said it's annoying, bro. Like, yo, Fantano, take it easy or chill, budgie.
Annoying
melodies I've ever heard on any mellow trap song. Really, the best you could hope for on this project is a beat that is listenable, and Destroy Lonely essentially rides it with the same flow over and over and over, repeating until essentially it just becomes this mind-numbing thing that you're not really thinking about because there's no song there, there's no interest.
That makes sense, guys. Like I feel Fantano on this one. I concur.
Bars there's nothing really there in terms of
okay, I don't concur in terms of his like negative view of it. Like, it's evident it's something that is stands out, but I wouldn't say it's too much of a knock on Destroy Lonely's part. But I think we'll wrap it up right there. So fam, you can check out this video in your own spare time. I just wanted to check if I missed anything. I wouldn't expect y'all to sit through me checking out an entire 15-minute review of Fantano. Or let me know if you do enjoy this and you prefer me to tap in with this type of content, long form. Man, I was so broken and hurt when my audio didn't show up. My video record, me hitting the record button, just didn't happen, bro. I was so heartbroken because I recorded a bang of content in this video that I am referring to, that I've referred to in the beginning of this particular video you're watching over here. But yeah, I guess we're here and I managed to pull through and get it done. Might review Mr. Young Chris. We'll be checking out Young Chris's album Virality next. We'll do like a long form reaction live and then a full-on rating. Maybe he might pull up for that 5th spot, depends on the sound. But yeah, tap in with us. We'll be reviewing a lot more music in future, and be sure to subscribe to continue to see more. So fam, let me know what music you'd also like me to review next, and send me a message on IG if you'd like me to react to your music. We can definitely set that up. And yeah, let's get to business. So fam, thanks for pulling up to the site where we keep it light. You dig what I did? Peace.
At the end of the night, you can give it your life. Yeah, tell me you like it, tell me it's mine.